In a previous video, which I'll link to above, we talked about the Holomap, a tool which helps us map out the stakeholders in an enterprise and their relationships with each other. At the first level for the use of Holomap, one of several uses of it, we start out by mapping out just the content of the enterprise, starting with the enterprise itself. Anyone who's familiar with enterprise architecture might recognize this as just being straightforward Zachman modeling. So let's start with just the nature of the enterprise, and for this one I'll use the TED conferences, whose very simple vision or core idea is ideas worth spreading. We call that the enterprise vision, which again we've talked about on a previous video that I'll link to above. What is everyone concerned about? What is everyone doing with what we're concerned about? And why is it important that we're doing what we're doing? Because these are ideas that are worth spreading. So we then take a straightforward list, which is what are the things, what are the processes or the actions, the locations, the people, the events, and the decisions. And all we do at this stage is just make lists. So for example, what are the things in an enterprise which is focused on ideas worth spreading? Well, the obvious one is ideas, which means we need people with ideas. We're building a relationship straight away. What we're going to do is to promote ideas. It's a conference, so we're going to do it at conference venues. The things we'll also need are the means to promote, which in our case, if we look at them, they would be things like books, cameras, which means we're going to need people who can do these things, so people to promote, people to operate cameras, and also things like edit. The events are going to be find the person with an idea, the idea person, which tells us we're going to need someone who can find us for ideas. We're going to present conference, the conference itself, the presentation of the conference. There's going to be the ticket sale. A decision we're going to need is this idea worth spreading? We're going to be, again, presenting the conference. We're going to be sell tickets. That means we're going to need tickets. And a location is going to be, another location is where we're going to promote, promotion point. And you'll notice that a lot of these things, for example, a promotion point might be physical, it might be virtual, it might be word of mouth. So there's different ways we can describe the meaning of location. So just in this straight away, what you've got here is a whole load of connections between things. We've got to find the people with ideas. We've got to check whether the idea is worth presenting. We've got to find the idea person. We've got the means of promotion, which is to promote the ideas. We've got a connection here, so we're connecting the things to the actions, to the events, to the decisions, and so on. So we've mapped out the core content of the enterprise as a whole. What we're now going to do with the Holomap is start to map out who does what, where, when. We already know the why because of the ideas worth spreading. So each of these becomes also a test. Everything in the enterprise connects back to this initial vision. That's a very first level of a Holomap. Thanks for watching. Do look at the YouTube description for links to further detail. And don't forget to subscribe for other videos, and also to support us on Patreon to help us produce these videos and the tools themselves.